Hello, hello, hello. Happy President's Day. I am back from the depths of COVID. And I'm here to say that when I got the flu in December, it was a hell of a lot worse. However, this was my first time getting COVID, and I kind of thought I was one of those special people who didn't get it. So I was like, damn it. So after 3 years, I finally got it, and now one of my daughters has it. So hopefully it just kind of stops with her. But anyway, I am on the mend. Other news is that we got a puppy. He is adorable. He's another golden retriever, and his name is Juno. And my other daughter, who doesn't have COVID, is currently puppy sitting him while I'm doing this. So here we go. So my life has been a little, I don't know how I'm going to do this the rest of the week with clients and a puppy and crate training and all the things, but I'm going to make it work. So that being said, let's talk about being an empath and how we show up in relationships. And so I, as you know, love being an empath. Before I knew I was an empath, I was like, oh my God, I am a freak of nature and I don't know what is wrong with me. And now I know that I'm an empath, and I'm still a freak of nature because that is what we are. We're freaks of nature, and I say that with the utmost love because, as I have said over and over, I do not attract normal people. I tell my clients that all the time. I'm like, hate to break it to you, but you're a weirdo like me because I don't attract normal people. And so I love being a weirdo. I love being an empath. I love being a deep feeler. And we are a lot when it comes to being in a relationship with. And so we as a community are just a community of extrasensory love, okay? And is so filled with awesomeness when we know how to work with our gifts, okay? And so again, because of all of this and all this extra sensory stuff, we're kind of a doozy to be in a relationship with. Ain't gonna lie, okay? Because we love so deeply, and we also really need our alone time, okay? We want our time to ourselves, right? So it's like having the other person learn to read, like, what is up with us is a really special person. And so, we always have that conflict of wanting to be loved deeply and then balancing it out with the alone time. But once you kind of figure that out, then you're like good to go. Okay. There's also a lot of fear that goes into being in a relationship because we feel so deeply, right? We could get engulfed in the relationship and kind of become like not aware of where I end and you begin, right? There's like that enmeshment and engulfment. There's also a fear of, because we love so deeply, we hurt so deeply when the relationship is over, whether that is death or a breakup or a divorce or whatever. We feel we need to go to the depths of the bottom of the ocean in order to come back up, right? So the other thing that is a challenge for us is the overthinking. Like, oh my God, can I get a thumbs up or a hands up or something? Like, the overthinking that happens because we are so fine-tuned to picking up the subtleties of another person could kind of make us go a little batty, right? And so those are like some three major things, on top of which just like generally picking up other people's energies and emotions and stressors, especially when they are our partner, okay? And so because of that connection that we have, we're going to pick up our partner's stuff. I joke sometimes with my husband that I know what he's feeling before he even knows what he is feeling, because he is a certain type of person that I will get into next. There are like three types of people that are good for a relationship, and he is a combination of two out of those three. And so, but we often, as empaths and deep feelers, are picking up on a lot of stuff before the average person is doing it. So That being said, we are very in sync with with our partners and our people, like beyond, right? And so we're not all that challenging. There's like some really good stuff about being an empath and in a relationship, right? So again, if you're not sure if you're an empath, and a lot of people are like, empath is kind of getting flung around a lot these days too. And so, which is why I always like to say, like, in tandem with being a deep feeler, because I know I've talked with people who are like, I don't think I'm an empath, but I'm a deep feeler. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the definition of it for, like very short definition. So if you are not sure, here's a little reminder, okay? Ask yourself, like, just if you answered yes to any of these questions, drop them below and tell me which ones you connect with, all right? Do you absorb your partner's stress and emotions? Yes. Are you afraid of being smothered or losing your identity in a relationship? Used to be, okay? This is why boundaries and being on your own is a really important thing. Does too much togetherness make you anxious? Okay, so this is an interesting one because again, like before I knew I was an empath, I remember when I first started dating my husband, we were going long distance, and I started to feel, I don't even know if it was really anxious. It was more like agitated. And I remember him being like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I said to him, I said, yes, I'm totally fine. I said, however, when I am with anyone, not just you, but when I am with anyone for more than 72 hours straight, they're going to start to get on my nerves. And again, this is even before I even knew I was an empath, which was like literally like less than 20 years ago. And so but it was one of those things that, like, when I discovered that I was one, I was like, oh, this makes perfect sense, because I need that alone time to recharge and to just be in my own energy field and clear out everybody else's energy, right? And so does too much togetherness make you anxious, or you feel agitated, or you started to get prickly, is like how I like to call it. Do you need to be alone in order to recharge? Yes. This one's pretty funny. Do you get annoyed by your partner's sounds, like eating or watching TV or music or anything like that? I know I totally do. It's not just my partner, it's my kids too. It's my dog. And now I got two, but like Django makes the sounds, and so all of this extra sensory stuff is also going to make you feel a little prickly. Hi, Miss Amy, do your feelings get hurt easily? Yes. Do you have difficulty setting boundaries and expressing your needs? Always a work in progress. I am not gonna lie. And do you leave arguments like emotionally exhausted? 100%. I call them emotional hangovers. And so actually, I'm not going to tell you about the types of relationships that we should be in, because that is going to be saved for next week. So I will leave you with that. I have another live that I will likely do sometime during the week, since I have the content and I want to give it to you, because it's really good. It's all about the drama triangle and how you show up in relationships. So be on the lookout for that this week sometime. And then I am back. You will see a new puppy, and he's super awesome, but I'm a little nervous to like have him in here right now, because we just got him 2 days ago. So there's a lot of me being outside in the cold rain in Seattle, making sure he doesn't poop and pee on my floor. So anyway, that is all for you today, from me to you today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know which ones resonate with you in terms of being an empath in a relationship. So I will see you on the flip side. will be here next week, but you will get a bonus live from me if you want to know how you're showing up in relationships and whether it's an empowered way or a disempowered way. And I will see you on the flip side. Mwah! Thanks for watching.